Hi, my name is Chris Jackson. I am a business attorney. I've been one for 25 years. Today I'm going to show you how simple it is to set up a limited liability company in the state of New York. I'm going to take you through this process step by step. I'm going to answer every question I think you would have along the way so that by the end of the video, when you're ready to form your LLC in the state of New York, you know you're setting it up exactly the way that you wanted to. Note that the entity services company I'm going to use in this video is one that I personally use for all of my LLCs and all of my clients' LLCs, and I use them exclusively because they're cost effective, the process is simple, it is quick, and their customer service is both responsive and excellent. You should note that the link below is an affiliate link. It's not going to cost you anything extra, but if you choose that link and you end up forming an LLC in the state of New York, then I may earn some extra coffee money, and for that I say thank you. It is very much appreciated. I thank you for supporting my channel. Trust me, with the dry topics that I cover in my videos, I need a lot of coffee. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and select the link below my video in the description. I will also post that link in the comment section and pin it to the top. Once you select that link, we will start the screen share and I will take you through the process of setting up your own LLC in the state of New York. Just real quickly, I want to introduce you to my dog, Jax. He is looking a little bit, as my daughter would say, musty right now, and I guess he doesn't want to be on camera. Okay, if you follow the link under my video in the description or in the comments section, you would have arrived here. Before we get started, just really quick, this phone number up here is for customer service. I have used them in the past when I had a question about setting up an LLC. I called during business hours, they picked up the phone and answered the question right away. I find them to be very responsive. Hopefully I will answer all the questions you might have in this video and you won't need customer service, but they are there if you do need them. So let's go ahead and get started by pressing this orange button down here. Okay, for entity type, we're going to choose LLC. State of formation, we're choosing New York. Okay, so you have three options: the silver package, the gold package, and the platinum package. For most people, I believe the gold package is appropriate and I recommend it for the reasons we will discuss. But I'm going to cover the silver package, the gold, and platinum in detail to make sure I answer any questions you might have about what's included in each. All right, so let's talk about the silver package first. The silver package, as you can see, you pay busy nothing for the silver package. You just pay the state filing fee. And what does that include? That includes preparing and filing the articles of organization of the LLC. The articles of organization is the document that is filed at the state level in the state of New York. This is necessary to form the LLC and will be important in each of these packages. It also includes free registered agent service for a year. After the free registered agent service expires, then starting in year 2, they will offer you a rate that they will never increase during the lifetime of this service, which I think is a great value. And the starting rate as of the filming of this video is $119 per year, which again is a great value compared to the competition. All right, so what is a registered agent and why do you need one? A registered agent is the person or company that registers in the state of formation or other states that you are qualified to do business in if necessary. But in this case, in the state of New York, you have to have a registered agent. That registered agent is registered in the state. It is public information, and that registered agent can receive what's called service of process. If, God forbid, your LLC gets sued, the plaintiff in a lawsuit needs to know who is the registered agent for the LLC so they can serve the lawsuit to that registered agent, and they need to know the name and the address of such registered agent. So what options do you have for your registered agent for your LLC? Number one, you could be your own registered agent. If you don't want to pay any third party to do it for you, even though it's free for the first year here, there is an annual fee after that that's capped, as we discussed. You could be your own registered agent, but you have to submit your own name and your own address, and that'll be public knowledge. You could also ask another company to be your registered agent. Maybe you have a friend or family member in the state of New York. They could be your registered agent. It's up to you. But in any case, you have to have a registered agent in the state of New York for your LLC. Okay, statement of organizer, that is simply a statement that is filed with the state of New York, which essentially says, I form this entity on behalf of the member of the LLC or members of the LLC. I have done my job. I am now resigning and have no further connection to that entity. Okay, unlimited name searches, that is okay in terms of a value add. You can do that yourself, quite frankly, by going to the state of New York and searching for your preferred LLC name, and you can determine doing that whether it is available or not available. Okay, lifetime company alerts. What is that? They're going to remind you of deadlines. For example, the deadline to file your annual report. You want to file your annual report on time. There may be a grace period in your state, but it's important to file it on time, because if you don't, you could go delinquent, and this could negatively impact your LLC. Busy will send you alerts when it's time to file, for example, your annual report in the state of New York. Okay, business banking account offer. They are going to introduce you. You have the option during this process to set up a business banking account with their preferred bank. And if you do so, they will arrange a consultation. That banker will help you set up your business bank account. You should set up a business bank account and keep all the revenue and the expenses in that account and not in your personal account for reasons I've discussed in other videos. It's essential that you don't commingle funds. So you have to set up a business bank account. They will offer one from their preferred bank. You don't have to set it up with them, but if you choose to do so, they will arrange the introduction to the business banker, and you will have the option of getting certain bonus dollars if you deposit certain amounts of money into that bank account. All right, business tax consultation. So once you form your LLC, going through this process, you'll have the opportunity to arrange a 30-minute consultation with a tax professional. That tax professional will discuss with you, for example, tax elections for your LLC. So if you're a single member LLC, the default tax election is to be taxed as a sole proprietorship. If you're a multi-member LLC, the default is to be taxed as a partnership. If you choose to be taxed as an S corporation, and sometimes LLCs want to be taxed as a C corporation, although that's rare. But if, for example, you want to be taxed as an S corporation, you can talk to them about the pros and cons of that. It is an advantage in my view. I can't give you tax advice. You should seek your own tax advice. But in many types of LLCs, other than real estate LLCs, you may want to be taxed as an S corporation so you can save on self-employment tax. That is a subject that you can discuss in this tax consultation. And they will also go over some other basics in terms of starting and operating and running your limited liability company in the state of New York. You will also have access to an online access dashboard. So after you form your LLC, you will have the ability to log into your online access dashboard. Within that dashboard, you can see what the status is of filing your articles of organization. Once they are filed, that document will be in there. If you choose the gold or platinum package, you'll have a lot of other documents as well that are included in your online access dashboard. You can also schedule your appointments with your business tax consultant and the business banker if you like. You can file some other forms through this online access dashboard if you choose the gold or platinum package. It is a really good feature in my view. I have a number of LLCs, and like I said, I use Busy for all of my LLCs, and I can access all of them in the same dashboard. All my documents are in one place. I find it to be very beneficial. I like the online access dashboard. It's easy to use. Okay, unlimited phone and email support, which I think is great. Okay, so that's a silver package. Let's talk about the gold package. As you can see, it is $199 more. And I want to just say right away that that is a one-time fee. It is not an annual or recurring fee in any way, shape, or form. Unlike some of the other entity services companies, it's just a one-time charge. The question is, what are you getting in the gold package that you're not getting in the silver package for that extra $199? And I'm going to go over that now. Okay, as you can see, the first item is an EIN business tax number. After you form your entity, they will file a form with the IRS that will allow you to obtain for your LLC your EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number, also sometimes referred to as Tax ID. You need that to open a business bank account. They will obtain it for you. It's normally available to you within the same day or one business day after you form your LLC. And once you have that, you can go ahead and set up your business bank account. They will file for you IRS Form 2553 in the event that you want to elect S corporation tax status for your LLC, which, as I said before, is an advantage for most types of LLCs in my view, other than real estate holding LLCs or real estate related LLCs. Again, I can't give you tax advice, but if you want to elect S Corp status for your LLC, then you would need to file IRS Form 2553 within a certain period of time in order to obtain that status right away. You're also going to include an operating agreement. It is a Word document. You can modify it. It's going to be available in your online access dashboard. That operating agreement is an essential agreement that you need in your limited liability company. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that it's probably the most important document you can have. This operating agreement is pretty simple and straightforward. It is necessary to have it, and it may be good to have it right away, especially when you're opening your bank account. But if you want something more comprehensive, I have another video on how to obtain an operating agreement for free, and I will put a link to that under this video. However, if you want an attorney quality operating agreement that is very comprehensive, it tries to address every issue that an attorney can think of. A related company of mine is selling legal templates. I will put a link to that under my video in the description as well. You can purchase an operating agreement and other legal templates from this company for a fraction of what you'd pay an actual attorney. The reason is because it doesn't come with any specific legal advice to your situation. If you feel like you need specific legal advice, I always recommend you contact a local attorney in your jurisdiction. Okay, they will also include a banking resolution. Most banks require a bank resolution for you to open a bank account for your LLC. Some banks have their own forms. To the extent a bank at which you want to open a bank account does not have a form and requires a resolution, you will be provided with a template resolution that you can use for that purpose. All right, so that's the gold package. Let's go ahead and discuss now the platinum package. You can see the platinum package is $100 more than the gold package. And the question, of course, is what are you going to receive for the extra $100? First thing you're going to receive is included expedited filing. What is expedited filing? Presently, as I'm making this video, in the state of New York, it allows you to form your LLC in 1 business day. If you don't choose expedited filing, you're going to have to wait 3 weeks in the state of New York. To me, I like to get my LLCs up and running right away. I don't want to wait around to see whether they're approved. I want to get the process going. Expedited filing is important to me. However, you should know that if you're not interested in the other 2 items down here, and we'll discuss that in a second, in the platinum package, then I would recommend the gold package, and you can add the expedited filing during the process for an extra $50. Okay, so if you're comparing the gold package plus expedited filing for an extra $50 against the platinum package, which is $100 more than the gold package, the question then becomes whether for an extra $50, making up the difference between the gold and platinum package, whether these other 2 items are worth it to you. All right, so what are you going to get for the extra money in the platinum package? As you can see here, you're going to get a domain name and business email for your LLC. That's a great value add, I think, for a lot of people. If you want a domain name and a business email from Busy, you can do that. You can also, of course, do that through GoDaddy or whatever your preferred service is. It's really up to you. Lastly, and I think this may be a good value add for a lot of people, business contract templates. They're going to give you, in addition to the operating agreement and the business banking resolution in the gold package, in the platinum package, you're going to have a series of additional contract templates. They are, for the most part, going to be pretty simple and bare bones, but if you are a do-it-yourselfer and you feel like you can take those and create your own contracts out of those templates, then this may be a valuable add-on to you, and you would select the platinum package. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select what I think most people will or should select, and that's the gold package. Okay, on this next page, they are asking for the LLC name. Again, you should do the name search and make sure it's available. I'm going to use a name that I've used in other videos. I'm going to stick with that same theme, and I'm going with Chris Jackson Mobile Dog Grooming. The next question here is, what should your designator be? You should have a designator, and that follows the name of your LLC. In the state of New York, you have 3 options: LLC, Limited Liability Company, or L period C period. I like the LLC without periods. It's clean, it's short. That is what I'm going to choose. But just remember, when you're presenting your company to the public, always add this designator, because you don't want to present yourself as acting like a sole proprietor. You want to let them know that you are a separate legal entity for the reasons I have discussed in other videos. Okay, next. Okay, so at this page, we're going to choose whether to go with standard versus expedited filing. I am going to choose, as you can see, expedited filing. That will file the articles of organization within 1 business day. I will get my LLC up and running quickly. However, if you don't want to incur the extra $50 here and you're not in a hurry, then you can simply choose 3 weeks filing time. Like I said, I'm choosing 1 business day. Next. Okay, on this next page, you're simply providing your contact information. This information is between you and Busy just to establish your account. Next. Okay, this next page is a page on which you're going to provide your company's address. As you can see, you have a few different options. I want to go over each of them. Number 1, you can use your own address. And what do they mean by your own address? They mean the address at which your company will be located. This could be a retail location. This could be an office address for your company if you have that. This could be your home address if you're okay using your home address. This could be a UPS store mailbox if you so choose. It is really up to you. You can choose whatever address you like. Just note that this address will be publicly available and accessible. If you have problems with that, then you can always choose a virtual mail service. Busy provides that, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. There are other companies out there that provide virtual mail service. I haven't found one yet that provides it at this price. This is essentially a virtual office address in the state of New York. They will receive your mail, they will scan your mail, they will notify you by email and by text that they have received mail. You can go into your online access dashboard and review it. It is all stored there. I find it to be very convenient. I use Busy's virtual office address. It is $29 a month, but like I said, if you want to use a virtual office address, I haven't found one less expensive than that. Perhaps you can get a deal at your local UPS store. That may be an option. If you do choose the virtual office address through Busy, you can cancel it at any time. Okay, down here, they are requesting your contact address. Again, this is information for Busy's own internal purposes. This will not be publicly available. You can see down here how this address will be used. It's for internal purposes only. It's not shared with any third party. So just put in whatever address at which you would like Busy to mail you information if needed. Next. Okay, on this page, since we chose the gold package, they are giving us one more chance to upgrade to the platinum package. As you can see, they will allow you to upgrade for an extra $99, so you can receive business contract templates, the domain name plus the business email address. However, as you can also see, I've already paid an extra $50 for expedited filing. I made that choice because I wasn't interested in these 2 items. If you are interested in one or both of those items, it is less expensive for you to simply go back and choose the platinum package rather than add these 2 items for $99, because you would be paying essentially $149 for the same 3 items you could get for an extra $100. So I am not going to do that. No thanks. Okay, on this page, you're going to choose the number of members first. So in my case, it's a single member LLC, but as you can see, you can choose up to 6 members to begin with for your LLC. If you choose 2 or more members, you're going to have to enter the information for each member, member number 1 and member number 2. You're also going to have to determine what percentage of ownership each member will have. For example, if you have 2 members and one is the husband and the other is the wife, and each of them own 50% of the LLC, you would choose that here. But in my case, I'm doing it as a single member LLC, and I'm going to go back and select 1 member owner. Member is essentially the owner of the LLC. That's what they call it. It's like the shareholder of a corporation is the owner of a corporation. Here, a member is the owner of an LLC. All right, so you have a couple different options in terms of type of member, individual or company. I'm also going to cover trust momentarily, but let's first start with individual. If you, the individual, are going to be the member, then you would choose individual. In my case, it would be me, Chris Jackson, at this address. However, if you have a company that's going to be the member, in this case, let's just assume that this is a holding company situation where I have a Wyoming LLC that I own, and the Wyoming LLC owns my New York Limited Liability Company, and that New York LLC is going to own a piece of property, a rental property in New York. Then I would enter the name of the Wyoming LLC here by choosing company, company name, address, city, etc. Also, while we're on company, if you have a trust that will be a member of this New York LLC, then you want to choose company, and where it says company name, just enter the trust name. One other word of caution, if you are going to elect to have this LLC taxed as an S corporation, you should talk to your tax advisor about that. But the reason I bring it up is because if a company is going to be the member, there's only one type of company as of right now, in my view, and again, this is not legal advice, that can be a member of an LLC taxed as an S corporation, and that is a single member LLC, because a single member LLC is considered a pass-through entity for tax purposes. That is the one exception. So if you're going to elect S Corp tax status for this LLC and is owned by another company, it has that restriction. It must be owned by a single member LLC and no other type of entity. If, however, this is a real estate holding company situation, it doesn't really matter because you wouldn't choose S Corp tax status for that situation. In my case, I'm an individual. For address, to the extent that this address may be publicly available, I would use the assigned company address provided by Busy. Next. All right, on this next page, you're going to choose whether to assign Busy as a registered agent for your LLC. As I stated before, you get 1 full year of registered agent service for free, and you would choose this, assign them as your registered agent for a year for free. As I also mentioned, they guarantee the rate at $119 per year. If you're watching this video at a time where they may have increased this rate, I apologize. As of right now, it's $119 per year, and it's guaranteed for the life of the service, which is a great benefit. You never have to worry about the price of the registered agent service going up. Most companies increase their rates on a regular basis. They lock them in for life. Next. Okay, here's where you provide the information so Busy can obtain for you the tax ID, the EIN, the employer identification number for your LLC, which you need to open a bank account. You need it to file a separate tax return for your LLC. You need it if you're going to have payroll in your LLC. So the first question is whether you are a foreign individual. If you choose yes, if you are forming an LLC in New York as a foreign individual, they will obtain the EIN for your LLC for you. It will take a longer period of time here. You would choose I agree. In my case, I'm not going to choose that. I'm going to say no. All right, in my case, I am not a foreign individual, so I selected my name. I put in my social security number. I now need to input the address. And just note that a document will be produced after you form your LLC that is basically a statement from the IRS with your employer identification number, your EIN, your tax ID on that statement. That statement, that document is not for public knowledge. However, you will have to provide that document, for example, to a bank and possibly to a vendor or a customer in the course of business. So be wary of that when you're choosing which address you want on that document. I generally, by default, just choose the business address rather than my personal address. I don't want any connection to my personal address. So in my case, I'm going to use the assigned company address provided by Busy. Next. All right, as you can see here, you can earn some bonuses depending upon how much you deposit with Bank of America. So make sure you read through this and determine whether banking with Bank of America makes sense based on these bonuses or your past experience with Bank of America. Down here, you're going to choose from 3 options. Option number 1 is yes, I will apply online when my business formation documents are ready. Option number 2 is yes, have a Bank of America small business specialist call me. Between the first 2 options, I recommend the second. And the reason is applying online takes longer. It's better to facilitate it through a small business banking specialist. I'm going to choose no, not at this time, simply because I want to arrange this later. I want to make sure that I have the EIN, I have the LLC formed, I have the information I need. I'm ready to open a bank account. I can control when the banker calls me, and I'm going to do that in my online access dashboard at the time of my choosing. Next. Okay, they are now telling you what you're going to get in your free consultation with respect to the tax strategy. You're going to learn how your LLC is taxed, how to choose the proper IRS tax election. We talked about that. Commonly missed tax deductions, business bookkeeping requirements, how to reduce the chance of an IRS audit, how to reduce self-employment taxes. Yes, I would like to receive a business tax consultation for free. And you can schedule this through your online access dashboard later. All right, business licenses and permits. Some companies, depending upon where you're located, which city you're in, which county you're in, which state you're in, what type of company you have, you may need a business license or a business permit. They will help you identify this license or permit for an extra $99. I'm going to say no thanks. I'll do the work myself, and I will just do my own research within my city or county or state to see whether my business requires a permit or license. Next. All right, here's the page where you should review your information, and you can go down and make sure everything is correct. Everything looks great to me, so I am ready to go to the next page. Okay, we have reached the final page. This is where you provide your billing information, your name, your credit card number, your billing address. You have to agree to the legal statement and the cancellation policy. Just note down here, there are some frequently asked questions, so go ahead and look through these if you have some remaining questions. Once you're done, select complete and pay, and once you do that, they will start the process of filing your articles of organization in the state of New York. Your LLC will be formed in New York within 1 business day. For example, if you chose expedited filing, or within about 3 weeks if you didn't. They will notify you once it is formed. You can access your online access dashboard right away. You can schedule appointments through that dashboard. You can see what documents are available to you through that dashboard. It's a very smooth process. They are very communicative with you. You will receive notifications, oftentimes by email and by text. Well, I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments section. I answer them on a regular basis. If you like the video, I encourage you to give me a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, which I churn out on a regular basis, please subscribe to my channel. And for that, I thank you. And I wish you and your LLC and your company all the best. Have a great day. Thank you.